Hello my friends and welcome to Shadow Empire, the Extreme campaign. Now, I'm hoping for lots of action, so I'm going to try and set up a fight that's going to involve lots of action. So we'll just pick a random world. We've got severe violence, survival stress, and nemesis. Extreme difficulty, of course, otherwise standard settings. Wow, 22 degrees C, perfect. Perfect temperature for humans. Next. So in order to encourage as many enemy factions as possible and as much violence as possible, we need to minimize the amount of mountains. It's okay to have some water. Lots of mountainous terrain is a pain to deal with. Ah, come on. "48 mountains, whoa. That would be horrible. There we go. That'll do. Shame there's no water though. We need lots of clean open space for people to live on. Okay, not really interested in biosphere. 23 million, it's not enough. We need more. Still not great. Only 15 zones. We want over 20 minimum. There we go. That'll do. 32 zones. That's quite a lot. Let's just hope that not too many of them didn't get melted in the apocalypse. Alright, let's go. Okay. I never know what to call my regime. Let's go with Brawndo. Let's not spell it like that. Brawndo. Because it's extreme. Yeah, we got what plants crave. So I'm gonna run an enforcement fist autocracy because we're gonna be doing a lot of fighting early, at least I hope. Tons of action, that's what I'm looking for. It's just the RNG system in the game. It is a little bit luck of the draw as to whether you're going to actually get an exciting fight or not. Okay, let's go. All the classes need to be subject to me. Plus autocracy. Popular Union demands that you hire their candidate. This guy is like anathema to what I am trying to do here.
Roger that.
Okay, alright, let's go. So, early on, what do we have? We have... Now, this is a great card to play early because we will suffer a decrease in militancy, which reduces our militia output. In our town. Which has 100 militancy. But the parade, you always get this parade event on turn 2. We'll put it back. So it's basically free fate points. I can immediately put those points back. Oh, treasure hoarder, gladiators. This is useful for my long-term economy. This will be useful right now. I'll leave it for the minute. Right, one thing I need to do is I need to call up the Governor. Set max recruits to 1,000 because I'm going to need people. I'm going to need a lot of people early on to fight for me. Try and capture as many of these cities as possible early on for their precious resources. Okay, alright. Independent. Cannot quite make my independent buggy battalion on the first turn because I don't have enough of the industrial output of the sacred cog. What does worry me? There's a lot of regimes around me, but no roads, which is worrying. If they're nearby, you would think that there would be roads. Anyway, we need to militarize as quickly as possible. I'm actually going to use the treasure hoard.
Roger that.
Let's use the political points card early. Because that might allow me to hire a mercenary leader early. Okay, nothing else I can do right now. A lot of my early strategy is going to depend on what I get from these. If it's just money and machinery and all that kind of thing, I mean, that's good in the long term, but it's not useful in the short term. I need to... Well, I don't need to, but it would be preferable to get some nice GR units. GR tanks would be lovely. Or sentry droids or something. My usual opening for an aggressive beginning is buggy infantry HQ with infantry. Then assign the 2 buggies to the infantry and use that unit. And then I'll start making machine gunners to hold gains. Of course, if I end up with loads of credits and metal and stuff, I can always sell that to nationalize some things early. Okay, the turns are very long, and that's a good sign, because that means that there's a lot of AIs out there fighting, which is good. I don't want this to be a boring game where I just play tall by myself. Oh, look! Army's on the doorstep. The walls are closing in. We are surrounded. Sweet. I need to identify which of these would be the easiest target. Militia shows a parade. 3 machinery. 3 machinery. 5 machinery. That's probably the worst set of bonuses I could have possibly gotten there. That's really bad. Okay, I can raise my buggy formation. What I can do is I can actually start... You can actually start raising your infantry battalion early by producing the infantry as reinforcements in your strategic HQ. And the good thing about doing that is that they will sit there in your strategic HQ and actually defend it. And then when you're ready to mobilize them, then you can mobilize them. Right, I'm going to go here and take this town. These borders were pushed back, so I'm going to presume that there was enemies there, but they don't seem to be there now. Okay, there he is. Okay. Let's fall back for the moment until I have a military. There is not really much I can do right now except to fall back. Militia parade. So this is the parade that I was on about. So I can just basically restore the militancy that I lost early. Okay, let's get this economic council up to like 50% of the budget. Oh, 20 suitability, nice. That's actually... That's a pretty high score for early on. Okay, I want mostly to discover technology and to research technology. Other things can wait.
Order received.
Yeah, I have to declare war. There's nothing else I can do.
Copy that.
Okay. A lot of these decisions, they're kind of meaningless early on because, you know, worrying about your government type and your politics is all just, you know, a waste of time when you have the barbarians on your doorstep. Okay, I do not need rare earth early on, so we can just get rid of that. Gives me a little bit more credit leeway to work with. Okay. I need to get to 5,500 men, obviously, to create my first infantry regiment. For now, the goal should be to just hold a circle around my city. Because I am surrounded. Let's hope that P. Carbo gives us a little something. Minor regimes do not loot cities, by the way. So these cities that are sat in minor regime territories, they will be there for looting if we take them in 10 turns from now. They'll still be there, ready to be looted. So I don't have to loot these guys now. Or we don't have to loot these towns now. It's just that it's nice to get a few early in case they give you some nice Galactic Republic unit or a big pile of credits or something you can use early on. But it seems to me like I'm going to be fighting my way out of a box early on. That's okay. That's one hell of an army. Pay Sarania. Unknown regime. This is where machine gunners would be really useful, to just fill in gaps and make sure an encirclement cannot occur. Wow! I'm so surrounded. It's crazy how surrounded I am right now. The AI often will not attack each other. Minor regimes will often not attack each other if there's a major regime nearby. New technology, sealed roads. That's actually a good thing to research early. Okay, move here. Move here. Move here. Okay, creating the wall. I'm gonna have to create the wall. Raise formation. Use spare troops. Only up to 66% of the formation is ready. Probably also want some spare buggies. Let's make one buggy. And however many GIs we can produce. So eventually we will have enough of those troops to convert them into actual regiments that we can deploy. But right now, the only thing that I can do is to make a wall around my nation and just hold. That is it. That is the limits of what I can do. Why is this guy the commander of my Supreme HQ when he has the complete opposite profile of the government? How did this happen? I've got no choice. Fine. I guess we'll be switching government at some point. Okay, it's going to cost me a couple of political points to do this. Alright, that's not bad. Nomads are assaulting our traders. Order the army to help them, just improves enforcement. Okay. Go, my spies. What do we got? Minor, minor, minor. Mushrooms, mushrooms. Minor, 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 minor. Okay, cool. They're all minors.
Affirmative.
Critical success.
Affirmative.
Critical success. Sweet. Nice. End the war and go to peace. That's like... none of these guys would want to end the war with me because they outnumber me so horrendously. Peace is a lie. While the enemies of the TheEdmon still draw breath, there can be no peace. Okay, there's nothing to do. Nothing to do but hold the line right now and get that army raised. there are things I can do to play tall here a little bit. I do have ruins next to me. That's a good source of metal. And oil. And rare metal. The rare metal can basically be converted into credits. So it's not like I'm without resources here. But what I need to do is I need to, once I have a proper military, using my spies, determine which one of these minor regimes I can attack. Take their town. As soon as possible. As it stands, my main issue at the moment will be to produce enough troops to actually create a border. An actually physically enforced North Korean style border. And this is where these like 500 machine gunners are useful, is for doing that. But I want to produce my army first. You know, before I start creating the border patrol, I need my actual army out the door as quickly as possible and to assign leadership to it so it can start gaining experience. Let's see, I've got a breach here. Oh, look, another regime has just come in. I need to raise my army this turn. If I don't raise my army this turn, I'm going to get squeezed to death. This is like the most coordinated assault from all sides. I bet the danger level in my town is going through the roof right now. Gained discipline. Huh, we need to expand. Are you kidding me? Okay, so these guys are just nomads. They don't have a town. They've just got these units and that's it. And once they're dead, they're done. So this is empty space. So we don't have to worry about these guys at all. We'll just, once we've killed these, I think these will probably not move off that asset. Once we've killed these, we could, in theory, just build a road down here to take the asset and then call it a day. Okay. And these guys are also nomads. So exactly the same deal. They've obviously set on me because I'm nearby. Of course, it means that they're not a long-term threat. They can just be ground down, since they never get any replacements. But what it also means is that they don't have a city. They could all be raiders. Oh, that would be horrible. Because there's no roads. If they're all raiders, that means there's no one to attack for their city. Slavers. Okay, slavers will have a city. Slavers. Do I have any spy cards available? No. This is looking like a map where I will not actually be able to expand easily. Unless I use colonists, which would be horrible. Still, there are some ruins here. There is a good place to expand to, if that's what I have to do. Okay. do not have enough troops to produce my light infantry brigade. Next turn. Great. I'm not even at war with these guys, but they are in my face. Is it all raiders? Do you know, it could potentially be all raiders. Or nomads. Nomads or raiders. People with no towns. The two slavers up here, obviously I have no connection to them, and there's seemingly a mountain border there. At least they're no longer touching my territory, so they can't actually hurt me with events. I say that, and then there's a slaver event here.
Affirmative.
Okay, there's nothing to do. I still at this time possess no military. No proper military. They can't just run in and attack my SHQ though, because those soldiers that I've been buying are sat there, training away. Man, I wanted there to be loads of actual proper regimes, but it's all like one-shot wonder regimes, if you will. Ones that once they're exhausted, they're gone. No majors near us, it would seem. See, one of the biggest issues is early on you actually want there to be cities near you so you can take them and they're within short range for logistical purposes. Doing long range logistics early on when you don't have the tools for it is a nightmare. Okay, these guys have actually got way more raiders than I thought. I will not actually be able to attack this turn, even if I can raise my formation. You know, I bet I'm technically not at war with these guys either. They don't declare war on you, they just come and squeeze you, which forces you to declare war on them.
Roger that.
My goal is to have 16% of my population be soldiers.
Affirmative.
Alright, let's get this regiment raised. And I have a lot of political points, so I can actually recruit a mercenary. Hopefully that mercenary will allow me to get some work done. The danger level is shooting through the roof right now. but there's nothing I can do about it. Produce another buggy. So there's a couple of buggies that I've produced there. As soon as I've produced enough, I'll obviously make my second recon regiment, and then I need to start attacking these raiders and killing them. Because I am caught in the squeeze right now. If I'd have known that I was going to be surrounded by nomads and raiders like this, in this manner, I would have produced more machine gunners and just created a box. But normally the correct move is to get your military first and then start producing machine gunners. So that's, you know, your OHQ regiment, your infantry regiment, and then two recon, two buggies, two independent buggies, then assign them to your military, and then work on the whole horde of machine gunners to hold your gains. This is a horrendous start. I'm not gonna lie. This is looking grim right now. But we will do what we can. Look at these guys! Half my army is now cut off from supply because these guys are backdooring me so hard. Because I didn't have the units available to actually make a wall. Oh, crime started. That's fine. The militia is cut off. But they will be okay.
Affirmative.
Okay, this mercenary commander has got 12 suitability. Excellent. It's better than nothing. Transfer... no, sorry. Unit administration for the buggy. Change HQ to light infantry brigade. Sweet. Can I also raise my second buggy formation yet? Yes, I can. Excellent, and let's do the admin on this one too. Wait, that's weird. I thought I had the buggy selected. Unit admin. There we go. Okay, now I can start raising machine gunners. And I normally raise them in regiment size because 1,800 is actually not a lot of troops. Although battalion size is good too. Right now I cannot raise them because I am all out of industrial points. That makes sense.
Roger that.
Yup, I have no choice but to go after them.
Engaging enemy.
This is not going to be an easy fight because they are actually pretty decent units.
Mission successful.
But I do have a surround on them. Okay, hold there, hold there. Hold here. Okay. I can start using my army to squeeze these guys out. Give myself some breathing room. I'm I'm in the eye of the storm right now. But these guys should have their supplies re-established. I won't go to war with them just yet. Hopefully they don't go to war with me just yet. Because that means I can get my supplies in. Okay, let's end the turn. There's nothing else I can do. You can't actually cut these NPC armies. You can't cut them off from supply like you can with real regimes, or even real minor regimes. Regimes that have cities have supply lines. These, you know, event-style armies, they have their own supplies and they never run out. But once they're dead, they're dead. You know, if I kill all of these, and I kill all of these, and I kill all of these 3 territories will be empty. Once they're dead, they're dead. They're gone. So that's their weakness. Interestingly, if you have a huge army in your city, it does maintain law and order. So, the fact that, you know, the city is going to be up in arms right now, it's not going to matter too much as long as I have a huge army sat there. To start producing. I have no choice but to start producing hordes of machine gunners to actually to just take space, to just hold space. Oh, Tanya, I cannot breathe. What a start. I'm sure the AI nemesis out there is getting juicier things to do than this. Okay, sealed roads technology, that's good. That'll be useful in the long term. Okay, look, my supply chain is re-established. Morale at the moment is not high. That's to be expected. But hey, anyway, that is it for now. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I don't know if this is going to be a good game in the long term, because it looks to me like these are all raiders and nomads, which means that they've all not got cities. The slavers have cities, but they're miles away. Now you're always in for a rough time if you start a game and there's no roads near you. There's no infrastructure. That makes you wonder. We're going to be stuck, you know, building towns, which is just so much worse economically than just taking towns. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.